afternoon, Judge Turgano.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
I'm looking at your PDS. Did you mandatorily retire as a presiding judge of the Regional Trial Court?
No, Your Honor. I optionally retired.
So, at what age was that?
63, Your Honor.
63. And then, you are now the acting president and chief executive officer and member of the board of directors of the Natural Resources Development Corporation. What are your key responsibilities in that capacity?
Well, Your Honor, it is the Natural Resources Development Corporation, Your Honor, is the corporate arm of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Its main task, of course, is to engage in business with respect to activities that are aligned with the mandate of the DENR. DENR exercises the regulatory powers, but the contractual side of all this is performed by the GOCC, which is NRDC. My role here, Your Honor, is to see the balance of earning for the government, but at the same time ensuring a wise and responsible management of natural resources. Also, in the context of ecological faithfulness to ecological integrity. So, this also is governance, corporate governance in the public sector, and that was something new to me because my exposure to corporate governance is with the university, and now it is with the NRDC, Your Honor.
So, in what ways have your responsibilities in your current role and previous professional experiences prepared you for the Ombudsman position, including your years in private practice?
Yeah. Your Honor, I have been a judge for more than 2 decades, and I would like to believe that those years I was able to cultivate the discipline of a judicious mind honed by an objective analysis of facts and faithful adherence to the rule of law. I believe, Your Honor, that there is a value in having well-written decisions, because judicial decisions, the acceptability of judicial decisions hinges in a large measure to the clarity and power of the reasoning in the decision. So I believe my 21 years in the judiciary has helped me develop in a modest way the ability to write. Secondly, Your Honor, I have developed the frame of mind that a judge must ensure fairness and objectivity regardless of who the suitors are, regardless of their wealth, power, and station in life. We must apply the law evenly, fairly, and evenly. The problem with the economic side of Philippine situation now is that investors do not come because they do not believe that the playing field is level. And I think we could address that if we have regulatory clarity, predictability, and consistency in the rulings and decisions we make.
Judge, may I also ask you, you mentioned about your experience in adjudication. What about the transition now to the role, if appointed as Ombudsman, of investigation and prosecutorial tasks?
Yes, Your Honor, we have to pay attention to a responsible and judicious preparation of case building, because it is not the number of cases that matters. It is the victory of the cause that matters, Your Honor.
So, you mentioned earlier when Attorney Mejia asked you, you mentioned that you intend to address case backlogs. Now, how would you apply the doctrine of inordinate delay in resolving complaints before the Ombudsman to address case backlogs and ensure speedy resolution of cases?
Inordinate delay, Your Honor, is excessive delay, and we should not tolerate that. My first idea on this is the case triaging. The case triaging. Cases shall be triaged for a period of 30 days, separate the priority ones and those that may be referred back to the respective agencies because they are not that important or they can be addressed by the respective agencies, they can be returned back. The second thing, Your Honor, is case flow management by the use of digitalized platforms. They have done that in South Korea. The experience in India is very inspiring, and I think we can also do a transparent case flow management so people can see where their cases are and who is causing the delay.
Can you achieve this transparency?
Digital, Your Honor.
They can
Access to digital,
access.
yes. Digital access.
How would you respond to intense public or media scrutiny in cases involving high-profile individuals while preserving the integrity of the investigative process?
Well, we should be open to scrutiny, but at the same time, we have to ensure that the rights of the accused is protected, and the right to privacy is also protected. But we should welcome public scrutiny. The efforts of the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism should be commended because the Ombudsman need partners, active partners. The fight against corruption, Your Honor, is enormous, and any help that we can get, provided we don't violate the rights to due process of the accused.
How do you define moral courage in public office?
Your Honor, moral courage is the ability to do the right thing, what is moral and what is ethical, in spite of who the powers that may be affected, and in spite of the pressure and threat. It can be threat to life, Your Honor, but we have to do the moral courage. The sword in the scabbard has remained sheathed because there is no moral courage to draw the sword and use it in the fight against corruption. I'm not saying that the Ombudsman should be a weaponized office. Weaponization should not be the context of this, but it should be an aggressive signal to the public and to those in government that we have a vigilant ombudsman that would not wait for complaints to be filed because he's vested with motu proprio powers. If it is necessary and it is for the public good, then the ombudsman should act decisively for the interest of the Filipino people.
May I know if you have encountered any situation wherein you had to exercise moral courage while you were in public service?
Yes, Your Honor. We cannot avoid that as a judge. People come, people present their requests, but at the end of the day, it is your conscience and your faithfulness to the rule of law and to God that matters. And we are not here to please people. We are only here to follow the law and to please God.
My last question, what role should the Ombudsman play in ensuring compliance with procurement laws and preventing ghost projects or anomalous transactions?
Your Honor, there is a program I mentioned in my action plan, the National Integrity and Rule of Law Enhancement Program. It is the overarching program that should be able to address systemic flaws or conditions that breeds corruption to thrive. And it is supposed to be a multi-sectoral effort. We bring people in the academe, people from the religious sector, people from local governments, civil society, the youth, and the academe. The issue here, Your Honor, or the idea here is preventive and corrective justice. And this can be done if we engage in the ability to notice red flag and identify those red flags. That is why it is important, Your Honor, that we engage the public in this crusade against corruption. Through the National Integrity and Rule of Law Enhancement Program, we hope to be able to identify red flags before they can happen and take proactive action, response. Your Honor, the difference between being a judge and being an ombudsman is that being a judge, you merely react to cases filed before you and do render justice to the litigants. In the ombudsman, that is not the case. The ombudsman has to be proactive because he is the representative of the people. The money that is being stolen here is the money of the sovereign Filipino people. It is not really the money of government. It is the money of the sovereign Filipino people. And therefore, it is important that an approach to fight corruption, corruption being systemic, should also be systemic. We should also engage a multi-sectoral support for the purpose.
And on top of this program will be the Ombudsman?
Yes, Your Honor. The Ombudsman will be the integrity leader.
So if appointed, we will watch out for this program.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, that was my last question. Good luck to you, Judge Turgano.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Justice Uy. Our next interviewer is the Honorable Congresswoman